Good morning. The hat is in place, and as Rob said, in the past half hour the weather has just brightened considerably down here. I just want to paint a picture for you. So I'm standing next to the number 24 machine, and there is a cutout panda in front of it. And Adam Randall's, is there a reason for this?
Apparently, because I wear black and white leathers and I'm slim and skinny, I look like Kung Fu Panda. So I got christened. Turned up to work a couple of weeks ago. One of the lads had put Poe on my desk for me.
Well, it's a very beautiful thing. I also understand somebody delivered a panda key ring to your awning. You're not sure who that was?
No, turned up after practice and there was a can of coffee in there and a panda key ring. So this looks like this is going to run and run now, doesn't it?
I think it does, but those leathers are fantastic. How is your Southern going so far?
Do you know what? It's actually been amazing. I hadn't rode this bike until Monday night. We've gone 3 seconds faster than I've ever gone before. And last night I got in a really good scrap with Manx Grand Prix Victor Ortega. It's just sunshine, motorbikes and the Balown circuit. Brilliant. Absolutely living the dream. Well, have a great one today, Adam. And can we just call you Kung Fu Panda from now on? Dragon Master. Okay, Adam Randall's there. Have a great day. So you can hear the machines just getting started up here. I'm just going to try and catch as many people as we can that we haven't spoken to yet. And I wonder whether Andy Lovett would be up for having a quick chat. Good morning, Andy. How are you? How are you feeling ahead of this one?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. How is your Southern so far?
Really good. Safe and steady, so we're okay.
Just remind us where you're from.
Preston in Lancashire.
And you know what? I mean, the people around the course today, this is a hugely popular event. It must be a brilliant thing to be part of.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, at my age, yeah, definitely.
You're really young, Andy. Thank you so much. Have a great day today.
Okay, thank you.
That's Andy Lovett there. I think the big story for me yesterday was Andrew Coulter, the newcomer down here, who took that second place victory. Genuinely could not believe it. He's on the number 86 machine. What was also lovely as well, it would have been his dad's birthday yesterday, so he dedicated that second place to his dad. And I'm just going to come over here and see if it's all settled in a little bit more for him now, and whether he actually managed to get any sleep last night. Andrew Coulter, how are you feeling this morning?
A lot more relaxed, yeah, a bit better this morning, so ready for this one.
What I love is the fact you had no clue, did you, when you came in? You were on your way up the return road.
Yeah, I was. I honestly thought I was at least 4th or 5th. I didn't realise that we were catching some back markers, so when I was counting going down some straights, I was like, 4th, 5th, that'll do. And then, then when I came across the line, it was a bit of a shock to get that kind of nod of, no, go back. I'm like, what? And then, so it was, really good though.
What is the game plan today?
Same again. Genuinely again, I'd be happy with top 4, top 5. That'd be me. But yeah, just go out, enjoy it, and have some fun.
I hope you do, Andrew. Have a great one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm just going to come over here and speak to Daniel Pearson, who had an absolutely storming race. Yeah, you shouldn't have been making faces at him behind his back, should you? Storming race yesterday. Honestly, that podium position was so nearly yours. How do you deal with that?
It's all right. I'm a bit upset, but you move on, don't you? Today's another day. Go again. Have fun. See where it brings you, innit?
Machine worked all right. No niggles yesterday?
No, it run perfectly. Just, had fun. Rode round. Then to see him come past then, it's like, go on, Andrew. And then it's like, Then you had a little bit of a do at the end, didn't you? Mint. It's racing, innit, end of the day.
Absolutely is. And you're here with your dad, who I know is a huge part of your racing, and it means a lot to you to have him here.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, can't imagine it without him, really. Yeah, keep going. Everybody's happy. And see what today brings, innit?
And your beard looking splendid. We always comment on that because we can see it out the bottom of your crash helmet.
Yeah, just got to stop tucked in behind bubble as he starts flapping a bit, that's all, innit? That's the main reason.
Well, Daniel, hope you have a great race out there today.
Cheers, thank you.
That is Daniel Pearson, the number 77 there, who was really magnanimous. You know, that is road racing, isn't it? Things change, and they change very quickly. I'm going to see if I can speak to Adam Rayner, or Stretch as he's known. Adam, how are you feeling ahead of this one?
Oh, sound. First race yesterday, I think last time I spoke to you, I wanted to get 100 mile an hour lap. I think about 99.7 or something. So I'm getting there. It's just about there. Like it. I felt good. I had a terrible practice on Tuesday. Clutch was slipping, and I think Shane O'Hara got me proper out the trouble. You know what I mean? He got me a whole clutch steels and frictions and that, and I got it in, and managed to get from 10th to 5th in the end, and pushed it on and learned the track a bit better. I used yesterday's race just like a practice. You know what I mean? Ran no stress out, and we're good. try and push today. I'm in the same position again though, which is frustrating, but I love it here, so I'll try and push on again, try and get under mile an hour lap.
And that's it, isn't it? Have you kind of worked out in your head where you might be able to pick up the time?
Everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. I'm pushing everywhere, but there's you just around here it's so obvious where you can gain time, and it's a little bit later into braking, and a bit more speed through here, and maybe click another gear, try and carry it on, and yeah, the faster you get, the more bumps you don't know are there, and then you find out track secrets, you start to manipulate and use them. So I'm learning.
We've got everything crossed for you today, Adam.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
Thank you so much. That is a newcomer, Adam Rayner there. So all being well, he will get that 100 mile an hour lap. And as we keep talking about, sometimes it's all about the personal best. It's not necessarily getting up there in the podium, but if you've just gone a little bit quicker than you have done before, then that makes all the difference. Let's go and speak to somebody who's in the top 10 yesterday, George Anderson. Not that I can actually hear you at all, but how are you feeling?
Yeah, all good, yeah. Happy now the sun's shining and the mist burnt off.
And how was the race for you yesterday?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, didn't get a very good start, but once I got in the rhythm, I managed to make up a few places. Happy with 10th.
And have you got any information out there? Do you know where you're placed when you're going around? Any pit boards?
Oh no idea. No, just keep looking forwards, don't look back.
Wonderful, George. Have a great race today. That's George Anderson, number 63 there. Just quickly come and say hello to Dan Nourish, number 74, taking one of his earplugs out for me. You must be completely deaf. I know I am. Dan, how are you feeling?
Okay, yeah. Looking forward to it. Went a bit faster in the race again yesterday. Hopefully I get a better start today and just try and chip away. I just want to move forward, that's it, you know what I mean? I'm enjoying it, learning every lap, so yeah, just come back and just smile in my face in about 30 minutes and I do.
Do you know what? Everybody's talking about the start. It must be so difficult. That mass start is fantastic to watch. It must be terrifying to be part of.
Yeah, I mean, at a club meeting, a mass start, you're sort of used to it. Here it's a different ball game because you're going so fast down into that first corner. So yeah, it's a bit daunting. For my old head, you sort of, yeah, well, just get on with it, you know what I mean?
Wonderful, Dan. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Dan Nourish there, so fingers crossed for him for having a better start. Now, somebody in the race yesterday who was on the front line but then had a little bit of an issue was Martin Morris, and he did incredibly well to make his way back up after he went a little bit wide on one of the corners. Let's just see how he's feeling today. Martin, how are you feeling?
Hello, you right?
I'm good. So yesterday, what happened? Obviously you were on the front row. Is this a course knowledge thing maybe?
No, I got away a good start, which is unlike me. I was sat into fourth, and then I just got sucked in at Ballabeg hairpin, and instead of clipping the guy in front, I moved out to the left and then overshot. I thought I don't want to be that guy that takes somebody else out, so yeah, and then the marshal stopped me, everybody went through, and then the travelling marshal kindly pulled over and let me go. So yeah, I joined the back of the pack, and then that was it then. I thought I'd just use it as a bit of practice to learn how to pass people around here and see how far back up the pack I could get.
Wonderful. Well, you did incredibly well there. Have a great race out there today.
Thank you.
You can hear the klaxon in the background going, Chris, so the bikes will be making their way down now to the dummy grid.
It is the JCK Ltd Supersport B race, and of course yesterday evening's race won by Dan Sale. For number 86, Andrew Coulter, number 100, Damien Crook. Then it was 77, Daniel Pearson, 97, Adam Rayner, 82, Austin Webster, 68, Roddy Taylor, 26, Dennis Booth, 66, Roger Wibberley. And your top 10 rounded out by George Anderson, we heard from. Number 90, Anthony Stevens. We just heard from Martin Morris on 101. He was lapping in the 234s. That would have put him up in round about the top 5 or 6 position there. That would have done Martin. He was 12th. 37, Victor Ortega in 13th. Then 24, Adam Randalls. 76, Ben Long. 79, Ashley Robson. 33, Luke Sirot. 74, Daniel Nourish. 85, Andy Lovett. Then we had 41, Russell Buck. 29, Sam Norton. 75, Nick Sweet. And number 70, Dale Boone. Of course, hopefully Blake O'Hare, who had a bit of a tip-off there just into Ballabeg on, I think it was the last lap actually. He started on row number 3 in the middle there. He'll hopefully be all sorted and ready to go for today. So basically, it is a repeat of that race that happened yesterday. Of course, it is the Super Sports, the white plates on this. And it was John Marsh who took the win in this race last year, a year ago. That were Paul Cranston in second place, Dennis Booth in third, and Dan Sale, who won last night's race. He was in that 4th position on the number 8 machine. So that's a look back to obviously last year. Conditions now absolutely perfect here on the start and finish line at the 4 1/4 mile Motorel Ballown circuit. And we say a very, very good morning to our friends at the King of the Roads. If you want to watch it, kingoftheroads.tv/live. They're going to sync the Manx Radio commentary with the King of the Roads coverage. And if you caught any of it last night, you'll be able to watch some of it on the Southern 100 page on kingoftheroads.tv. All the information is on there. Let's get back down to the paddock. Let's get all the information. Machines will be moving out very shortly, and we'll give you the grid in a moment. Back to Beth.
Yeah, the bike's just making their way now. I can see the Panda, as we're going to know him from now on. Adam Randall's just in position, giving a thumbs up to somebody in the crowd. Honestly, conditions absolutely perfect. It's not even too warm at the moment. We were a little bit worried when we saw that mist earlier on, but all looking good. And number 26, that's Dennis Booth, just goes past there. Everybody getting into position as always. One of the marshals just holding up that reminder, just check your crash helmets when you come down here. It's Daniel Pearson and George Anderson go past as well. Dan Nourish and Dan Pearson just having a little fist pump. The gate is open and the travelling marshal is just in the...
Welcome back to the start line here on Manx Radio Motorsport. We're getting ready to go with the JCK Ltd 600cc B race. On pole position will be last night's winner, number 8. That is, of course, Dan Sale. Alongside him will be 26, Dennis Booth. Dennis finishing 8th in the race yesterday. And alongside him, number 101, which will be Martin Morris on that Ducati. Hopefully he can get through Ballabeg this time. Second row, finishing in 3rd place in the first run yesterday, is number 100. That is, of course, local man Damien Crook from Douglas. Alongside him, number 19, that's Aaron Hans. Aaron from, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, actually, MacDree, I think you pronounce that as, anyway, on his Honda CBR 600. And number 82 alongside him is Austin Webster. Austin, of course, from Bude. Row number 3, number 86, that's Andrew Coulter, he's the newcomer. And number 47 next to him, as we mentioned a little bit earlier on there, had that little tip off there at Ballabeg. That's Blake O'Hare. And alongside him, number 77, Daniel Pearson on the 675 Triumph. So that's your front 3 rows. Let's head back to Beth.
Yeah, the bike's just leaving us here, Chris. So all set for a fantastic race. And if we can have a repeat of what happened yesterday, it'll be...
So that's row number 3. Let's go to row number 4. Number 97 is the next machine on. 97 is Adam Rayner. He's a newcomer with number 14. That's Samuel West. And number 25, that is Andrew Hurd. Now, didn't see Samuel in the finishing order, so I'm not sure if Sam's going to make it from the middle of row number 4. Then it's 63, 68 and 66. So 63 is George Anderson. 68 is Roddy Taylor. Wait till you hear that MV go by. And 66 is, of course, excuse me, Roger Wibley. Then we get to row number 6. It's number 90. That's Anthony Stevens. Number 29, local man Sam Norton. And number 94, Daniel Nelms. Then row number 7 is 24, Adam Randalls, who we just heard from there. Number 33, Loic Sirot. And number 37, Victor Ortega. Then we have number 79 in there. Number 79 is Ashley Robson. Brilliant stuff from Ashley Robson. Andy Lovett and Russell Brook will complete row number 8. Russell Brook on the Brook-built machine. And then we got number 98 in there. That's Eamon McKeown. 76 also in there too. That's Ben Long. Then 74, that is, wrong page. 74 is Daniel Nourish. And the last row, 75 Nick Sweet. 84 in there as well, 84 Luke Blevins, and number 70 Dale Brew. Let's go to Cross Four Ways and Rob Pritchard.
Yep, so the convoy making its way through on this first sighting lap. There's Roger Wibley. Tell you what, that was a cracking battle that he was having with Roddy Taylor and George Anderson yesterday as well. That was the battle for 9th and 10th, really, that was going on there. Victor Ortega, just to mention for him, finished 13th yesterday. Of course, is what his debut year at the Southern 100 Road Races as well, after starting all the way back on the 7th row. So Victor Ortega, who does have experience elsewhere on the Snaefell Mountain course already at the Manx Grand Prix, showing his credentials here on the Blount course. There's your race winner from yesterday, Dan Sale, right at the back of the group there. That was an astute ride, wasn't that, yesterday? He was caught in that big battle, wasn't he, with the others, Andrew Coulter, Damien Crook, Daniel Pearson and Blake O'Hare, but then just seemed to pull the pin late in the race. He'll have just known, won't he, just with his knowledge of the Motor Blount course as well, where the gaps were, when was the right time to be going. We've had the travelling marshals past us, the course inspection car coming past us as well, just with some final checks as they finish this sighting lap. So they'll be weaving their way through Church Bends and then onto the long run down Great Meadow into that fast left-hander, or what will be at the very least the fast left-hander at Stadium once the racing gets going, and then back into the eyes of Chris as we prepare for the opening race of Championship Day. To you, Chris.
So the machines in the now sunshine here on the Castletown bypass, on the road which was used and kind of just to break the traffic away from the town of Castletown many moons ago, and gave the Southern Club at the time the chance to run this race. First started back in 1955, and I'm just watching the camera shots and the King of the Roads guys. There is so many people around this 4.25 mile motor bound circuit as Dennis Booth gets himself into position. There's a little look over here, then wipes a little bit of sweat off the middle of his brow there. Dennis, of course, many time competitor at the Manx Grand Prix, the Ballymena rider on his 600 Kawasaki. He's in position now. Martin Morris on the 101, but we do not have our pole setter Dan Sale. He is not in pole position, so we don't have the number 8 machine, unfortunately. So yet last night's winner, the Yamaha, the Falcon electrical machine, is not. In fact, there he is. We've got him. Yeah, he is here now, just pointed out by Andy Clark and the team there now. He came right from the bat there. So Dan, worry not, Dan Sale's fans. We have a yellow flag waving in the back there as well. Somebody's got a bit of a problem, one of the rows. Hopefully they're all going to get sorted and not held here too long. It is getting warm, but it's not as warm as what it has been over the past few days here on the Isle of Man. I'm sure that's going to get warmer as the day goes on. To Dan Sale, just adjusting that left glove with the right hand there. He snaps the RI visor shut, pops it into gear, ready to go. Race number 1 on Thursday morning on the Isle of Man. Away we go. Not a good start for Dennis Booth, but a good start for number 100. He said that bike wasn't quick last night, but it was quick off the line. Beth.
Yeah, here we go then, going past us. Number 8 is Dan Sale leading. Daniel Pearson was in third there, but Dan Sale leading again. Is it going to be a repeat? I can just see somebody pulling in actually here, Chris. I'll go and find out who that was.
Good stuff from Beth Espey. Are going to Ballachagan for lap number 1. It is Dan Sale that leads. We'll let them all jockey for position, and somebody nearly running wide but managing to control it as they go down the Iron Gate straight for the first time. It's that same man again. It's number 8 who leads this race as they drop down, and it's Dan Pearson in second place on 77. Then it's number 100. He's in third place there. That's Damien Crick. That's the top 3. And then it's 97. Adam Rayner in there. He's in fourth position at the moment as they bank onto the right-hand side of the tyre through Iron Gate for the first time and over the railway bridge through Ballinorish, Joey's Gate, and now on the bumps, hard on the brakes into Ballabeg Hairpin for lap number 1, of course, of 6 for this race here. Well, it says 7 in the programme, but it says 6 up on the screen, so we'll just go with it, shall we? We'd like to just go with it. See 101 going through there, 101. Martin Morris on the Ducati. Oh, a bit of bumping and boring going into Ballabeg, but all safely through, it looks like, as the camera pans round. Yeah, all safely through. So now the technical part of the circuit, out to Balla Whetstone, where they turn right, then they straighten the bike up left, then they go around Williams Corner and tight to there, then under the trees, back into the sunlight, to the top of the bomb hole, down the Ballown Dip. They'll come out of the riser there and into Rob Pritchard's view. Lap number 1 of 7, that is confirmed. Let's get to Rob.
Here they go, leaders on the road on the first day of Championship Day. It is Dan Sale leading, Daniel Pearson, then it's Crook. Numbers 97, there's 86, Coulter and Webster on the way through Nelms. Martin Morris dropping back just a little bit to around 6, and then Dennis Booth tucking in behind as well. Battle going on as Victor Ortega looks for the pass up the inside there. Maybe just a little bit of bikes coming together there on the proximity on the exit across 4 ways there. They're all smoothly away though at the second attempt at cross 4 ways. So it was Dan Sale as the travelling marshals come through at the back of the convoy, who was leading again at cross 4 ways, but really not too much to separate in behind as well. Adam Rayner was right in the mix there, right in behind up into second there. So Adam Rayner's made his way all the way from the 4th row up into second there. Number 101, Martin Morris, who we heard drop to the back of the field in the race last night. He is dropping back to around 6 at the moment as well. So not the best start for Martin Morris so far at the moment, but it is Dan Sale once again leading on lap 1 of the B race. To you, Chris.
Some hard braking going on into Castletown corner as number 97's just made a move, Adam Rayner, but Sale leads. Sale from Pearson there, your front 2 riders going through. Wow, so fast as you go past us here now. Roger Wibley, I can just see going through there as well. So Sale leads from Pearson, then it's Crook, Rayner, Coulter, Webster, Nelms, Morris, Booth, Wibley, O'Hare, Stevens, Taylor, Ortega, Anderson, your top 15. Oh, somebody just going straight on there, having to go up the return road and do a 3-point turn. It is number 86, that is, unfortunately, that's Andrew Coulter. So Andrew Coulter going straight on at Ballachagan and losing track time, so we'll be well down the field now. But at the front, Dan Sale, after lap number 1, leads by 0.617 of a second from number 77, Daniel Pearson, who in turn has, 1 1.5 seconds back to Damien Crook. So it is pretty tight as we watch Dennis Booth going through on 26, and it's Crook, Rayner and Coulter. They are your top 5. They go through Ballanorris, lap number 2, and head back to Ballabeg Hairpin for this JCK Limited Supersport 600B race. So 97, 100, 82, 94, 101, still in there as well. 26 Booth, 66 Wibley, they're on track yesterday. And there's 47. So he's dropped. Where's Blake O'Hare? Down in 11th place for Blake. Of course, had that little tip off yesterday, as we said, at Ballabeg Hairpin. They're already on the far side of the circuit. It goes so fast, doesn't it? On the lap around, then the 230s, 232s, 233s, 234s. But Pearson, hunt and sail down. The Triumph hunting down that Yamaha. Lap 2 of 7. Cross four ways.
Yeah, and just a quick mention as well for Daniel Nelms, who started on the 6th row and is up to 7th at the moment at the start-finish. Here is Dan Sale, about 2-3 bike lengths ahead of number 77, Dan Pearson. Then it's number 97 of Rayner. Then it's Crook, Webster. Then we've got Martin Morris, Dennis Booth, who started at the front row. He's also dropped back. It's Wibley. Leg out from Daniel Nelms here, maybe pulling over 47, 90, 86. So Coulter's kept on going. Daniel Nelms has pulled over at cross four ways. There's Taylor, Ortega, and then Anderson on the way through as well. 98, 76, 85, 41 in that order. There's Robson. Then we've got the number 74 of Daniel Nourish. 2 more machines into view at the back of that is Adam Randalls as well. Number 70 on the way through, and number 33 Loic Sirot as well. So number 94 Daniel Nelms has pulled over at cross four ways. We'll wait to see if he gets going again or if that is indeed a retirement. But here at cross four ways on the second lap, it is still Dan Sale from Daniel Pearson there, and Damien Crook just looking to try and close the gap on Daniel Pearson. We heard he made that move late on in the race last night to overtake Pearson to get himself on the podium last night. To you, Chris.
Bit of that sea fretty, misty stuff just coming over the top of Castletown Corner, but all good at the front. It's 8 from 77. Across the line they've gone. Then it's 100. Crook goes through. Half a second between Sale and Pearson as he went across the line. Then it's Crook. Then it's Rayner. Then it's Webster. Then it's Martin Morris goes through on the Ducati. Dan Sale leads by 0.453 of a second. Quickest lap of the race at Daniel Pearson at 2:31.499. And Daniel Nelms is 7th on lap number 1. Daniel is a retirement across four ways, but the rider is perfectly okay. And already the leaders are already blasting down the Iron Gate straight, heading down towards Iron Gate. So Sale and Pearson, they've kind of cleared off, because if you remember last night there was 3 or 4 of them in the battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, but the front 2 just seem to be pulling away and getting that little bit of a gap. So there is about 2.8 seconds in 2nd place, back to 3rd, that's Adam Rayner at 97. Then it's 100 Crook, 82 Webster, 101 Morris, 26 Booth, 66 Wibley, 47 O'Hare as you go into Ballabeg, and they still in behind him is Pearson. So we got to O'Hare in 9th, number 47, 86 Coulter, 90 Stevens, 68 Taylor, 37 Ortega, 63 Anderson, 76 Ben Long. They were your top 15 runners in this JCK Limited Supersport race number 2, with Dan Sale leading as they go out on lap number 3 of 7 by 0.453 of a second. That's the gap between them. Sale's quickest lap there on that lap at 2:31.8. 6.63 compared to Pearson. He's pulled a little bit actually, 2:31.499. I think that's more than a half a second now. Back to Rob.
Yeah, indeed. He's opened up the gap here at cross four ways again. Your leader, Dan Sale, yeah, he's opened that up most definitely here at cross four ways to Daniel Pearson in 2nd. Then we've got Adam Rayner. Right up behind him now is Damien Crook on the number 100 machine. Then it's Martin Morris and Austin Webster. A couple of other notable performances so far. We'll get to those in a moment as Wibley on the way past. Then it's Booth. Then the number 47 machine of Blake O'Hare and Andrew Coulter, the number 86. Number 90 on the way past Anthony Stevens, who's also doing well. Working his way up to 11th at the moment is Stevens. There's Taylor, Anderson, Ortega, 76 and 98 on the way through as well. So just at the back of that is Eamon McCown, the newcomer, 85 and 41, 74. Ashley Robson in there, just dropping back a couple of places, it seems, getting caught up in that group of around 5 machines on the way through. Number 70, I should say, and 33 on the way through. So that's Dale Brew and Loic Sirot as well. But Dan Sale extending his advantage across four ways on this latest lap from Daniel Pearson. A couple of other notable mentions. Got to give a mention to number 76, Ben Long, who was 15th coming across the start-finish line on the lap started on the back row. Back to you, Chris.
And that was the sound of Dan Sale going across the line. He's extended that lead. It was 0.453 of a second as he went across the line on the previous lap, and now the gap is well up. It's 3.798 seconds. So let's call that 3.8 seconds. A 2:29.843 for Dan Sale on that one, and he leads at the moment from 77 Pearson, 97 Rayner, 100 Crook, 101 Morris. They've all gone safely through. There's 26 Booth, 47 O'Hare, 86 Coulter, 90 Stevens, 68 Taylor, 63 Anderson, 37 Ortega, and 76 Long. They all go through the top 15 through so far, but that lead has extended, and now Pearson is going to be having Adam Rayner and also Damien Crook for company, and just in behind them will be Martin Morris. He's a couple of seconds further back, but it's the battle for second between 77 Pearson, 97 Rayner, and 100 Crook we've got to keep an eye on, because Dan Sale looking to do the double. He's already in and out of Ballabeg hairpin as 77, 97 and 100 get there, and you heard Damien Crook saying in an interview he did yesterday, his bike quite down on power as 82 goes through that Austin Webster. We also got Roger Wibley in there, Dennis Booth all go through, all safely through, and 86 Andrew Coulter, he's also through. Andrew came across the line in round about 10th place. But with the news on lap number 4 of 7 of the JCK Ltd Supersport 600B race, Dan Sale extending that lead to 3.8 seconds back to cross four ways.
Yeah, that's stretching out, isn't it? Here is Dan Sale, your race leader. And just to mention as well, Pearson, Rayner and Crook, as you mentioned, in that battle for second and third as Dan Sale comes past us. It's then 4.4 seconds back between Crook and Martin Morris in 5th. Here is Pearson, right up in behind him is Rayner and then Crook as well. That could be something that's going to run over the next few laps between them. Nothing to choose between them. Austin Webster just ahead of Martin Morris here. Then it's Wibley, Booth and Coulter close together here. And then the number 47 of Blake O'Hare in there as well. So Andrew Coulter has managed to get himself ahead of Blake O'Hare there. Number 90, Anthony Stevens, who we mentioned before, has made his way up. He was starting 6th, starting the 6th row. There's Roddy Taylor, there's Anderson, Ortega, then number 76, and then 69 on the way through as well. Number 41 now, Russell Brook. 74 on the way through is Daniel Norris. So Dan Sale extending that lead across four ways. There's 3 more machines into view as well. Pearson, Rayner and Crook, virtually nothing to separate them at the moment. But also as well, just noticing Andrew Coulter just moved ahead of O'Hare. To you, Chris.
3.8 as he came across the line on the last lap. What it'll be now, there's Sale across. Yeah, that's extended again, probably over 4 and a bit seconds now. Let's have a little look at that. So down across that time, doesn't improve. He did a 2 minutes 30 that time. It's 5.1 seconds now with Pearson from Rayner and Crook. And there's Martin Morris, that distinctive sound of that Ducati going through. He's in 5th place at the moment. As they flash past us here in conditions still a little bit mist, just trying to roll in off Castletown, but hopefully that won't. Austin Webster goes through on 82, 86 66 Roger Wibley, 26 Dennis Booth, 86 Andrew Coulter, 47 Blake O'Hare, 90 Anthony Stevens goes through, 63 George Anderson, 68 you heard the MV of Roddy Taylor going through with 37 Victor Ortega and also Ben Long, all safely through. That's the top 15 that we've got time for as we go back to the front, and Dan Sale with that lead 5.1 seconds. That's the gap that he has, 5.1 over the next group, but the gap between Pearson and Rayner and Crook is only a second, so they're quite tight on the road. He was getting stopped. Oh, he's down 97. I'm not sure. Oh, he hasn't. He stayed on. Actually, Daniel Pearson stayed on, but 97 went to have a little look up the inside and just caught Daniel Pearson, but Daniel has stayed on. And I tell you what, well done to Adam Rayner. He tried to get that machine stopped. It is so bumpy on the brakes into there, so he's going to be out of the race, unfortunately, Adam Rayner. But Pearson has continued on. He's still, I think, possibly in second place. We'll just hold on to the shot. He is in second. Just in behind him is now Damien Crook. Rob.
Is here. Yeah, Dan Sale, he's all alone at the front of this race at the moment. He'll be completely oblivious to some of the drama that's going on in behind, but there's not even another machine in sight as he rounds cross four ways on the run to Church Bends. 2 together now, and Damien Crook's having a little bit of a look up the inside of Daniel Pearson. No, he's not going to make the move. He had a good glance, though, there. It is still Pearson from Crook, then it's Martin Morris. Austin Webster now closing in a little bit, then it's Coulter. Quick mention for Roger Wibley running well at the moment. Started on the 5th row, made his way up the field. There's Dennis Booth, and then the number 47 of Blake O'Hare, the newcomer. Field getting a bit more spread out. Another quick mention as well for another newcomer, number 98, Eamon McCown, up to 16. Started on the back row as well, so that's good running from Eamon McCown, just to mention. Here's Anderson, Taylor. Ortega had a little look up the inside, but thought against it as 4 more machines on the way through. Then the number 98 of Eamon McCown, who I've just mentioned there. So it's Dan Sale stretching that advantage still at the front. Pearson and Crook battling away for second spot at the moment. Then a couple of seconds further back on them, Martin Morris holding off Austin Webster. Back to you, Chris.
And here is your race leader as Damien Crook has a little look up the inside onto young Dan Pearson and doesn't make that stick. Dan still home in second. He did so well to stay on in that. Here they come, second and third. So it's a Yamaha leads a Triumph, leads a Kawasaki. That's your top three there at the moment to go across the line. The lead is 10 seconds now. I thought it might have extended because of that little incident there at Ballabeg Hairpin, but Sale leads his last lap of a 2:31.5 compared to a 2:29.9. So we've had Sale, Pearson, Crook, Morris, also Webster, Coulter. Wibbly goes through, Dennis Booth, Blake O'Hare, Adam Rayner. Oh, that last machine you just heard through there. Then, of course, Roddy Taylor on the MV. He goes through. Man him on the move there, Blake O'Hare. Up to 9th position, Anthony Stevens, George Anderson, Victor Ortega, Ben Long, Roddy Taylor, Eamon McKeown. That's your top 15 so far as you go across the line. And Dan Sale in command of this one now. Get down to 16th, Daniel Norris, Russell Brook, Adam Randall's through. Andy Lover also goes through. Dale Brew just past the line there as well. And also Nick Sweet. So that's the 21 runners so far as our leaders already in Ballabeg. And they're out on lap number 6 of 7. 86, that is Andrew Coulter going through Ballabeg, holding on to that 6th place at the moment. But at the front, Dan Sale in command, well in command of this race. 10.074. And we believe 79, Ashley Robson has pulled into the pits. And Ashley, unfortunately, a retirement. But your race leader, Dan Sale to Rob.
Yeah, Dan Sale at Cross Four Ways, and as he makes his way through, you mentioned his name before, Andrew Coulter. He made up 3 places on that previous lap. He was 9th on lap 4, up to 6th on lap 5, but he's got a way to catch Austin Webster at the moment. Oh, here's Damien Crook. He's looked up the inside as he held the move on Daniel Pearson. Let's have a look through as Martin Morris goes through as he held it. Has he held it? Yes, Damien Crook up to 2nd at Cross Four Ways. There's Coulter on the way through, chasing down Austin Webster. He's made some ground. Now Wibbly, Booth. Then the number 47 of Blake O'Hare, just holding back a little bit from those two. Dan Sale still leading commandingly at Cross Four Ways, but Damien Crook, he's made it stick at Cross Four Ways. He's up to 2nd ahead of Pearson. Whether he holds it later in the lap, we'll have to wait and see. Number 90 on the way past Anthony Stevens, now moving into the top 10 as it stands at the moment. Then it's George Anderson, then the number 76. And we're just hearing Pearson's got past him at Church Bend, so Pearson's got back. Roddy Taylor on the way through here. Eamon McKeown, who we mentioned on the previous lap as well. So it's a right ding-dong battle going on. 74 and 41 on the way through Cross Four Ways. To you, Chris.
And this time round, this is the last lap flag is 77. Did get back past, as you said, Rob, just on the approach from after you from Cross Four Ways to Church Bends. And here they come. Let's have a listen. Sounds okay to me, and there's that distinctive sound that is catchy. Oh, Martin Morris going through. 82 and 86, Aston Webster and Andrew Coulter, they're going through, having a good battle. And it is the last lap now as Dennis Booth goes through on the 26 bike. Roger Wibbly through as well on 66. Roger holding on to about 8th position there at the moment, with Blake O'Hare, number 47, just in behind him. But breaking into Iron Gate for the final time is Dan Sale. And he'll jump over the railway bridge there now. The front wheel not as much aerated on these little 600s as it would be on the superbikes. Into Ballinorris, out of Ballinorris is Roddy Taylor. 68 goes through on his beautiful MV machine. Doesn't half sound great, doesn't it? And the lead is 10.8 seconds from Sale to Pearson. Into Ballabeg on the Falcon R6 for the final time. He's had a couple of looks over the shoulder, but he knows he's got a pretty good gap. And he'll be heading now towards Ballawhetstone. Past the farm there, the Hamptons farm, where they have the stables there. Stella and the team, I'm sure they'll be watching or maybe listening. Watching on King of the Roads or listening to Manx Radio Motorsport, one of other, or maybe the same thing. But Sale in well command of this one. But it's the battle for 2nd place between Pearson and Crook. We're keeping an eye on a Sale for the final time. Drops into the bomb hole. Let's get back to Rob. It's the last lap.
Indeed, just waiting to see Dan Sale appear to us across Four Ways. Here indeed he comes, Dan Sale. Commanding win in this B race last night, and he's on course for yet another, the local man from the opposite end of the island, but still a local man nonetheless as well. Dan Sale on the way through. Here's the battle for 2nd on the final lap as well. Daniel Pearson, Crook's having another look up the inside here, and he's got past Pearson with a bit more room to spare as well. Can he stick it on the exit as Martin Morris goes past us as well? Crook, he has done it. He's got a bit more of a gap to Pearson this time. Coulter on the way through past Webster. Coulter moving up past Webster, made up 3 seconds on the way past Webster on the previous lap. Dennis Booth, who's now overtaken Roger Wibbly on the way through, and number 47, Blake O'Hare as well. So that battle for 2nd still not done, but Damien Crook, we heard he maybe had power issues, didn't have the power of some of the other machines in the previous race, so maybe being a bit more aggressive in the corners. He's done that again at Cross Four Ways, but Dan Sale is way out in front as 2 more coming to view. That's Anthony Stevens, that's George Anderson, and then we've got the numbers 76 and 37 of Ortega in behind. To you, Chris.
Dan Sale breaks for the last time into Castletown Bridge and comes out of Castletown Bridge and heads towards us to take the double on the number 8 machine, the 600 Yamaha, the Falcon machine. Dan Sale, that's the double. Well done to him to go alongside his sidecar podium. Who's going to get 2nd? It's Pearson. Pearson gets second from 100 Crook. So 77 Pearson and Martin Morris home in 4th position. That's your top 4. 86 your next finish there, Andrew Coulter. Then it's 82 in there, Austin Webster. He comes home. 26 Dennis Booth in 7th position for Dennis Booth. And I'm sure Daniel Pearson is going to have a heck of a story to tell, Beth. Roger Wibley just goes through number 66 in 8th position. 47 Blake O'Hare. He's home in 9th. That's your 9 finishers so far. As we look up the road once more, we can just see through the trees to the Castletown Bridge. And here we go, 2 together. Oh, jockeying for position doesn't happen though. So fast, isn't it? Home in 10th position is number 63, George Anderson, with number 90, Anthony Stevens, number 76, Ben Long, 37, Victor Ortega. And we're just waiting for the screen to update. Now, Roddy Taylor, Eamon McKeown finished in 14th, and Roddy Taylor completes the top 15. So the story at the front, the win in the end, he slacked off on the last lap there because he knew he had a 10-second lead. Dan Sale takes the race win by 6.74, 3 seconds from number 77, Daniel Pearson, with number 100, Damien Crook, in 3rd. But a bit of a lonely race at the front. Dan Sale is with Beth.
He certainly is. I tell you what, I have no fingernails left after that. How aware were you of the drama behind you?
I didn't know what was going on, to be fair. I had to look back a couple of times, and then I seen him there, and I thought, right, I'll just pull my finger out, get a couple of laps out of my belt, and I'll break him then. Looked back again, couldn't see him, and I thought, well, I wonder what the hell's going on there. And then one of the mates out there, he put a board out for me, said I had a bit of a lead. I was like, right, I'll just knuckle down now and just stay where I'm at.
Knuckle down, you did. Machine ran all right for you?
Yeah, it was going good, to be fair. I mean, like I say, it's only a standard bike, so it's is what it is.
And I guess that must mean so much more in some ways to be at the top of the shop.
Yeah, it means so much to us boys. You know, we're only a little team and that, and they throw everything at it. And if I can just get a result for them every now and again, that's all the icing on the cake, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, well, you've done it twice in 2 days. Dan Sale, huge congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much.
So that is the first place, Dan Sale. So we're going to speak to Daniel Pearson now, who, as Chris Kinley said, I think will have a little bit of a story to tell. Daniel Pearson, didn't quite go your way yesterday, but you certainly made it today. There was a little bit of an issue with Adam Rayner. Talk us through that.
I just braked into Ballabeg and I could hear this back wheel chattering. It's like, this is going to be close, and then it rubbed. It's like, oh, both legs off. It's like, hey, Bale's coming up quick here, and it's like, oh, still on. Let's go again.
Tell you what, you must have the core muscles of somebody very strong. How was the race overall for you?
Was that I tried tagging up back at Danbury, just got that little bit of me, just circuit knowledge and everything in it. But yeah, I was just happy, just kept my head down, kept looking over my shoulder and saw Damien. It's like, we're going to have to keep going here. Then them last 3 laps, we traded places a few times. It was mint, was that, to be fair.
And it's such a competitive class, a 600. What does it mean to you to be in the podium?
That's amazing. I just can't explain it. It's these lads and put everything into this to get bikes ready and everything. I was out late last night prepping them, so yeah, good to go in.
And one very proud dad over there as well, Daniel Pearson. Well done.
For him, aren't we?
We really, you need a hat actually today. That is Dan Pearson there, and Damien Crook. Flipping heck, you don't do things by halves, do you?
Oh, that was hard work. Yeah. What do you want to know?
I want to know it all. The highs and the lows of that one.
Again, we're just struggling with power. As Dan just said, was able to show him a wheel a few times, got in front of him 3 or 4 times, but his Triumph just pulls on us and pulls. And after what happened between us yesterday, I thought I better not do this again in the Castletown corner, because I would have looked a bit of a, yeah.
But anything else for you? I mean, obviously conditions have picked up since they were there this morning, and the bike generally?
Yeah, overall everything's great out there. Conditions are really good. Track's perfect. There is a bit of cement dust down going into Williams, but the track is fine. Yeah, that's about all I can report on that. So.
And another podium finish. You must be thrilled with that, Damien.
Yeah, two in a row now. That's good. First road race podium. So yeah, very happy with it. To be honest, I'd rather have been in the A race, but it's where we are, isn't it? So you got to take what you get and be happy for it.
We're very happy for you, Damien Crook. Well done.
Can I just say as well, I'd like to say a big get well soon to Grant Thompson. We're all thinking of him.
Thank you so much, Damien. We certainly are. So the bikes are up on the podium for the JCK Ltd 600B race. The presentation is going to be done by Sue Staley from JCK. And many congratulations just being given. Damien's just putting his helmet on the bike there and just climbing on. So I think we are just about ready to do the presentation. So for your JCK Ltd 600cc B race, in 3rd position, Damien Crook. And in second position on the number 77 machine, that beard did not get in the way, Daniel Pearson. And your JCK Ltd 600cc B race winner, he's done the double, Dan Sale. The garland just being put over Dan Sale's head here, Chris. What a race that was, and we've got more to come. I don't think I can cope with it.
So many more races to go. Another 1, 2, 3, 4 this morning. The S&S Motors 600cc race coming up in a minute. 7 laps on that one. So a win for Dan Sale by 6.743 seconds from Dan Pearson. Then Damien Crook, Martin Morris, Andrew Coulter, Austin Webster, Dennis Booth, Roger Wibbly, Blake O'Hare and George Anderson. They were your top 10 in that one. Then number 90, Anthony Stevens. He was home in that 11th position for Anthony. Then we had number 76, Ben Long in 12th, 37, Vic Ortega, 98, Amy McCowan, 68, Roddy Taylor, 74, Daniel Norris, 41, Russ Brook, 24, Adam Randalls, 85, Andy Lovett, 70, Dale Brew, 75, Nick Sweet, 33, Loic Surratt, completing your 22 finishers